Hi Booktube, it's Stephanie, and today I am going to talk about the goals that I have for 2026. We are in the middle of March now, and I wrote these goals in January. So yeah, let's go through them, and this will be the third refilm of this. Well, this is the third version of this video, because in the second one I made a huge deal about a goal that I'm not going to do anymore, and that is the captions or the subtitles of the video. And the reason why, well, many years ago I did do and go through all the captions on my videos to update them, to like make sure that they were okay. Then YouTube changed how you did it, and I started to dread it, and I think it is because now it's like this massive block of text and I despise it with a passion, and I just did not want to film, because filming meant, well, my editing software is what it is and I should just buy or upgrade it, but that's a different story. And I did think that it had been a long time coming, like, oh, but it has been several years, it might work now. So I did go through the first video, and then it took me a month before I posted anything else. And I have had videos, sure I needed to refilm them, but I did refilm at least one and I could post that. I just never did because I didn't want to, because that meant captions. So I am saying that that's an honorable mention. I might try to just go through to fix spelling of like names and titles of books. But yeah, I can't do it. I do think closed captioned, or that, I mean, it is important because a lot of people use them. I don't really personally use them. If the video is in Swedish or English, I don't use them, but a lot of people do. And they are important. I just can't do them because I dread them. So let's go through the other goals that I have, as I said, have been prepared since January, and just keep on rolling. The first goal is the same goal as I have each and every single year, and that is read 52 books. That can also include mangas and novellas. That doesn't matter as long as there's 52 of them. The last couple of years I have not been able to fulfill this goal because I have been in a bit of a life slump and a reading slump. And I do feel better mentally, definitely, so we will just see what happens with this one. So far so good. I am up to 10 books. I have not finished a single book in March yet, but I'm still up to like 10 books, so I'm happy about that. Then we have Storytel. Storytel is a app like BookBeat and things like that, and I am also up and down when it comes to that. But the cost of having Storytel is 1 book a month. So I have picked 20 books, because last year I did go through a lot of my books with Storytel, and I do think I can finish 20 books with Storytel. I just need to get a move on, because so far I've finished 0. I can do this, I hope. And the next one, r/fantasy. r/fantasy is a Reddit group that every year has a bingo board, and it always comes up at the 1st of April. So every year we first have the funny one, and I still remember that year when it was Taylor Swift lyrics, I think, or the bee one. That was also quite funny. So in 2 weeks we will have a new one, and each year my goal is to get a bingo. Yeah, I'm not right there yet, because it's fantasy, so it's horror, fantasy and sci-fi that's available for this. And yeah, I am not up to this one yet, but I might, probably not, because you can't double up with authors. But yeah, so we do have this one, and I would like again to try to get a bingo for that one. Then to try to get something with my book buying, because I am buying book as if I was reading, like when I like started my channel. And I still buy books. Sales are definitely my nemesis, but I want to have some form of control with that, and I want to be more strict about it. We have ended the year from the February book sale that happens every year in Sweden. So hopefully I can keep it in. I did a pretty good job last year, but we'll see how this goes. And the restriction will be a repeat of one that I had several years ago. I feel then, let's see if I can do it now. And that is, I need to read 2 books for each book I buy. So if I buy 50 books, I theoretically need to have read 100. It doesn't matter the source of this. It doesn't matter. Okay? The source of the book doesn't matter as long as I have read twice as many books that I buy. So for that, yeah, that's, yeah, that's going, it's going. The next one is 10 special edition books. Now, most of mine are from book boxes, Illumicrate in this case. So yeah, but I also have other special editions that were just more expensive than the normal edition because they had sped editors or things like that. I also have books that technically aren't special editions. It was just the edition that was available. And again, sped editors are usually the thing. But we'll see how I will expand that. I might even have that, if I have it signed, but I don't know if I should count that. So we'll see at the end of the year how desperate I am. But yeah, last year I don't think I even read that many books that I have signed, because each year I go to this book and library fair in September, and I do get some signed books. I have not really read that many of those books, so maybe I should count them for this. You can tell me what you think down below. But 10 special editions. And then I am exposing myself. I did mention that I have been buying books at a rate in which how I read books at the beginning of my journey. Now, the main issue I had in the beginning of this channel was that I read a lot from my library. That is not a problem, because I have an issue now to read books that I borrow from the library, because I have a lot of my own. But I want to try to tackle that as well, and I am exposing myself now. Now, technically, this number that I will tell you is the amount of books that I have or had at the 31st of December 2025 that I had that were unread. So not books that I needed to reread, or I felt like I need to reread. These are just completely, I have not read a single one of these books. Technically there should be one extra book on there, but I didn't add it because I was in the middle of reading it. So I have finished it now, but yeah. And that number is 925. So I have 925 books that I have not read on my shelves. So that does include comics, it does include mangas, children's book, everything. And my goal is that I want to have at least one less book on that, because I have already bought books. So my goal is that at the end of the year I will be at least at 924 books of those. Now there is a small caveat. I am going through my mom's books that she owned at my dad's. Need to call actually Salvation Army so that they can come and get some of them. And I have not counted these books in. These are the books that I will keep. I have not counted them in this because, one, I am not finished. My mom died at the age of 69 and she has collected books her entire life. Her love of reading I have gotten from her. The difference is that for me it's science fiction and sci-fi. For my mom it was thrillers and books like that mostly, and books about or set in the time of Karl the 12th, Karl the 12th. Yeah, so we have definitely a different type of books that we like to read. But so yeah, we are going through all of them because my mom loved to put pictures and photographs and letters in them, so we need to go through everything so that we can look through and save things. So yeah, I have not counted those books in this because I don't know how many that will be, and they are slightly emotional, definitely. One of the first books that I immediately brought into my home is the last book that I purchased for her because she was going to use it for her book club. She never did. So that one is slightly upsetting still. But I want to be less unread books on my shelves, even if that's only with one book. And we are starting at 925. And then another goal that I have, and this is inspired by Teresa and her goal list, finish Shop series. I'm in the middle of so many. I have not been good enough to try to do some kind of series, what's it called, series audit or something. I have not been that good, but she had a goal of finishing 6 series this year. And yeah, let's try to do that. Let's try to finish 6 series and see where we go from there. I am not that optimistic, but yeah, maybe I will manage to finish 6 series, and the number is directly taken from her. So those are the goals that I have for the year 2026. It's going okay, at least when it comes to the amount of books. I'm up to 10. Which means that I am a couple of books behind, but that's not too bad. But yeah, I just need to keep on going, I guess. And what to ask you? Well, what's your most intimidating book goal that you have this year, or reading goal this year? For me, it is probably honestly, it's not actually the less book owns at the end of the year than what, like, I mean, 925, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not yeah. But honestly, for me, it is the 10 special editions. I don't know what it is with that. But yeah, it is worrying. And it worries me. But yeah, what are your goals that you are the most intimidated by that you have? Or do you just have some kind of general goal? Please tell me down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.